we are providing them unlimited resources, meaning we're not just going to say we're paying you a flat fee to license your IP and put it on products. You're actually getting a percentage of all the products, no matter how many that you sell, as well as how many you sell through your affiliate link.
I have a Nighthawk joining me from Brava, and this is a really cool platform in that it looks into merchandise for a lot of the projects that are building in the Cardano ecosystem at the moment. And I'm really excited about this one because I love my merch. So Nighthawk, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, thank you very much for having me. It's such a pleasure.
Now, what's your background? I'm just looking at your background there, like literally your background. You've got all this clothing behind you on that clothes rack. Are you in the fashion industry? Are you a fashion designer yourself?
Yeah, so in some, no. Really well before I did business school, well before I went into finance, I started actually in fashion. So I went to New York, I interned for a few designers, I worked at New York Fashion Week. I kind of got a little bit of inside, I guess, perspective and experience making connections over there. And in some, I just realized that I didn't necessarily want to work for a designer. I didn't necessarily want to do that, and I kind of just sort of reinvented the wheel, and I went into something completely different, into management consulting. So I went to business school abroad, and I did a completely different direction. However, like most things in life, when you have a real passion for something, it finds you in unlikely places, and that's really where Brava came about, was effectively saying, okay, I know Cardano NFTs, I know these brands, I've made relationships with these brands in the last couple of years, doing bits and pieces in the ecosystem, and there's no merchandise retailer. We have token gated web shops, but that doesn't really do too much in terms of onboarding Web2 to Web3, and also financially supporting these brands and giving them a real opportunity to market their IP. So therein lies Brava. And it's really been a 10-month endeavor. You know, I got to work right after coming home from a 24-hour drive from CNFTCon, and put together a team. And now we are days away from launch, and I feel like I am with child. And it is my water's about to break.
This is super exciting. Okay, all right. So, can you explain to me what it is exactly? You said merchandise store and for all these brands and working with our IP and stuff. But what exactly is it then?
Yeah, so the model is we license their IP. So we hand select some brands. The brands, for example, that we work with, we're launching with 10. This summer, and that would be Hosky and Bitfins, Deketsu, Disco Solaris, Voodoo Brigada, Pendulum, Pond, Futurefest. I hope I didn't miss any. Cardano Stoners Club is our culture brand. So yeah, a handful that we selected that have really strong communities, really strong IP, and they are our early adopters. So we are really kind of moving mountains to make this an exceptional experience for the brands as well as our community. Obviously, as I mentioned before, we don't have a retailer. We don't have a merchandise marketplace. Brava is meant to be that and more. And what I mean by that is it's not just going to service and become a platform for Cardano NFT brands, but also for other NFT brands that have, their presence on, like, let's say Polygon or Ethereum. This is really, our vision as we set out and started to chat to these brands was our vision is to become the GameStop of NFT merchandise retailers. That's where we're headed. And so it's really been quite a journey so far. I've never done anything like this before, but I do have a really capable team. And I really do think that the relationships I've been able to make over the past few years have afforded me a bit of trust in this experimentation phase that honestly, it's all kind of making sense now, how important just sort of being here and being consistent in the ecosystem gets you when you do want to make that giant leap of faith into your first ever endeavor.
It most certainly does. It's consistency, especially in a bear market, and everything seems to be turning and people are leaving. But turning up every day and working is the key at this point. Now you've working with some really good brands there in the Cardano space, and I'm happy you mentioned a lot of those names. Now, with the IP that you're working with, does this mean that those particular projects get proceeds or royalties in regards to using their IP?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where licensing comes in is instead of paying them, let's say, a flat fee, they're getting royalties for all of their products sold. And there's a few ways that we go about it, but really we are providing them unlimited resources, meaning we're not just going to say we're paying you a flat fee to license your IP and put it on product. You're actually getting a percentage of all the products, no matter how many that you sell, as well as how many you sell through your affiliate links. So all the brands get their links, and they are encouraged and rewarded to consistently market and socialize their affiliate links to drive orders through that link. But they're also on the back end compensated for any of those orders that come through just organically or even through our affiliate program. And so there's a few ways that they can earn, but it's absolutely supposed to be uncapped. It's designed to incentivize the brands to continuously co-market with us. And we'll see how it plays out. It's something that I've been building as far as the business model goes for months and months now. I think we're on month 10 of building, and it's a giant experiment. But if my if my past work has been effective and has been, I don't know, accurate. We'll see how it goes. But I do have a lot of confidence that it's going to be what I call a universally beneficial model. And that term is something that I've sort of come up with and I want to introduce to our ecosystem. The concept of a universally beneficial model is that all interactions, all parties associated with your business are actually benefited. And it's not as simple as we're benefiting the customer by sending them a quality product of their favorite brand. It's actually how can we put back funds? How can we go one step further and put back funds into their pockets? And one way that we are doing that is through our affiliate program. So we're basically saying, right, you get a percentage of any orders that you generate through your individual unique affiliate link, and you get a percentage of that. And you can double that reward if you hold at least one NFT from any of our brand partners. So anyone can join the affiliate program. They'll get 5% of all orders. But if you own, let's say, Disco Solaris or Voodoo Brigada, you're going to get 10%. And that's just launching out. So yeah, it's a really cool prospect. But one thing I wanted to do is just not necessarily take more liquidity out of our ecosystem. I actually wanted to provide an opportunity for others to monetize their time in the space. So look, if you are really active on Twitter, maybe you have a few thousand followers, or maybe you just have a really, really close-knit circle that trusts your opinion, and you want to make a few dollars, pay your electric every month with your affiliate proceeds, then you can. That's absolutely something that I think we should introduce. We don't necessarily have a proper affiliate program in our ecosystem too. And so I wanted to introduce that, a really, really formal one where, look, the greater you do with us, the greater the rewards are going to come, the more opportunities that we'll have for our affiliates to interact with our brand in different ways. So that's kind of the premise of it all.
I love the idea, absolutely love it. And for me, myself, I've always wanted to really push an affiliate of some sort. Like the YouTube channel, it doesn't make much money. And to have something that isn't shilling some sort of crypto project, which I'm always very wary about, is something I never really wanted to touch. But having like merchandise, clothing of particular brands that people absolutely love and be able to sell it through my channels is like a win-win for everyone. So yeah, I love that approach and love being able to open that up to anyone else so that they can take advantage of it as well.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And one initiative that we are going to pilot come launch is working with content creators and setting them up also with their own unique affiliate. And that's something that's a little bit separate from the individual affiliates, but we absolutely want to reward those who are constantly making content about our ecosystem, about NFTs in general, maybe blockchain. We're not going to necessarily say you have to be a content creator in Cardano NFTs, but certainly there is a place in our affiliate program for proper creators who also want to monetize on their videos, and just by providing a link to Brava, why not?
All right, I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so in terms of the artwork and all those merchandise that is coming from all these different NFT projects,
Yeah.
are they working on the artwork themselves? Are you guys working in collaboration with them to come up with something a little bit unique? What's the process there for a project that's creating merch on your platform?
It's both. So, in the very beginning, what we ask for are three designs that we're going to launch with, and these designs are owned by the brand typically. In some cases, we have our own creative team make up the designs, inspired by the brand. It's approved by the brand. We own, of course, Brava, that IP, but for the most part, the brands in the very beginning, they submit their designs. However, beginning in September, every month we'll have exclusive designs launching to keep it really fresh. Those exclusives are going to either be designed by the brand or designed by us, and our creative team is going to design those inspired by the brands, approved by the brands. But of course, we hold the IP, we own the IP. So there really is, making it sure that legally things are very black and white, and we're kind of, sheltering, I guess, our legal vulnerability that way. But it's a blend of both. We give the option to the brands. If you don't have bandwidth to create or submit your exclusives, we'll go ahead and create. We have a phenomenal creative director, Rogero Mingoni of Buddha Brigoda. And I don't know if you've seen his work, but he is truly fantastic. He's an award-winning fashion photographer and designer out of Italy. And I have no better partner than him. He's truly an amazing creative director.
Very cool indeed. I might have to get you to send me over some links so I can have a look at the work there. Now, it does sound like I'll be able to pay in ADA for a lot of this. Is that correct?
Not at launch, no. To
Okay.
pay in crypto is something that's coming down the bend. But really, our whole philosophy is we want to lower the barrier to entry to the retailer as much as possible. We want to be so friendly that you would never even know that these are NFT brands specifically. We want these to be approachable, relatable brands where your partner or your mom or your sister or whatever can come on, understand the concepts easily, not be, I suppose, what's the words? Not offended, but but not be taken aback, I guess, by NFTs, and let's say that they're not a part of the blockchain world, or they don't understand it. We want to make sure that they just are there because they like the designs first and foremost. There's no requirement to connect your wallet. You don't need to have special tech skills or knowledge. You just need to, similar to how you would, purchase a regular hoodie on your favorite shop, come on to bravoland.com, get whatever you like to get, and there's no fuss. It's really important to us that whilst we were building bravoland.com, that we weren't token gating, we weren't requiring connect your wallet. All of those bits and pieces that you see on, brand specific token gated marketplace, or sorry, merch stores is a problem. It's a big problem, because basically what you're doing is saying, I'm only going to show our brand to X amount of people who are actually holders, and of those holders, I'm only going to allow them to see what we actually offer if they connect their wallet. And it's just, to me, that doesn't make any sense when you're trying to make revenue, when you're trying to convert. This should be like any other retailer when you go on .com. It's really that simple. If the goal is to onboard more people, you need to lower the barrier to entry. It's as simple as that, really.
Can't agree with you more there. And I'm looking forward to spending all my ADA on these NFT projects and then going to your merch store and spending all this fiat money on the merchandise to follow up afterwards. So I'm going to be quite poor after this, but I am looking forward to the launch and everything around it. I can't wait to see some more of the merchandise as well. I've seen like that intro clip on the website, and that's got me excited already. So I'm looking forward to the launch, and good good luck with it all. Where can people find out more information about it all? Where can they join your communities? And where can someone like submit ideas and become a part of the merch store?
Yeah, so a few things. Twitter, obviously, for the official bits. For example, like what brands we're working for or with, and the latest updates. Go to our TikTok if you want to see behind the scenes, like of our photography. We just got done with our New York City photo shoot, so we have some B-roll in there that we're sharing. But yeah, I think Instagram as well. We share different content on different social media platforms. So you're going to get different things, based on where you go. And as far as submitting designs or getting your NFT brand involved, you would simply DM Brava's Twitter at mybravaland.
All right, super exciting. Nicole, thank you so much for joining me on this episode and taking me through Brava Lands. I'm looking forward to everything, and hopefully one day we can get some Learn Cardano merch up there and get something really creative.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for having me. I'm very excited to launch Brava.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debate.